There's a certain calmness about Kobe Bryant that made him more terrifying than any trash talker or showboat. He wasn't smiling or dancing before possessions. He wasn't shaking his head at refs or reacting to the crowd. He was still, locked in, a predator waiting for the opening. That calmness was deadly because it meant he wasn't distracted by the past play or the next one. He was only in the moment, and in that moment, he could break you down with footwork, mid-range mastery, or relentless defense. He lived there. And it's why even in practice or meaningless preseason games, he played like it was Game 7 of the finals. Ask Steph Curry, his rookie season. He looked up in a preseason game to see Kobe Bryant pressing him full court in the first quarter. Not just jogging up to apply token defense, but sliding side to side, chest to chest, bumping him, testing him. It made no sense to Curry at the time. This was Kobe Bryant, already a legend, already a champion, pressing a rookie 94 feet in an exhibition game. Steph admitted he was gassed, forced to chuck from 30 feet, and somehow made it. Kobe gave him a little pat, but the message was clear. This is how it feels when someone takes the game more seriously than anyone else alive. That's Mamba Mentality. This is where the comparison begins, and where the line is drawn. Because while Steph Curry will always go down as the greatest shooter God ever created, Kobe Bryant embodied the complete definition of basketball greatness. One dropped 81 points in an era with clogged lanes, no freedom of movement, and giants protecting the paint. The other revolutionized the game with threes, spacing, and motion offense. But when you strip away systems and eras, you see why players study Kobe, not Curry. Look at today's NBA. Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan. All of them call Kobe their idol, their blueprint. They wear his shoes, they tattoo his words on their bodies, they channel his mentality when the lights are brightest. Be legendary, Kobe told Booker, and he still wears it on his sneakers. Tatum texts Kobe's old number before playoff games. Kyrie calls Kobe the greatest in his book. Meanwhile, who models their game after Steph Curry? Sure, young kids jack up threes from half court, but that's mimicry, not mastery. No elite superstar has built their skill set in Steph's image because you can't replicate what he does without his exact system around him. Kobe's greatness is transferable. Curry's is situational. Defensively, the gap is a canyon. Kobe Bryant made 12 all-defensive teams. 12. He locked up guards, chased wings, and even body-checked power forwards when needed. He relished the challenge of guarding the best player on the floor. In the playoffs, he demanded those assignments. Steph Curry. He has 0 all-defense honors. In fact, teams hunt him in the postseason, dragging him into pick-and-rolls, and forcing him to survive on an island. That is the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You cannot be called the greater player when the game's elite spent entire series and game planning to expose you on one end of the floor. Nobody hunted Kobe. Nobody even tried. Now, Curry has the accolades. 4 championships, 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP, and the distinction of being the first unanimous MVP in league history. He's transformed the sport, forcing defenses to guard 25 feet from the basket. But look at the fine print. His first championship in 2015, the Finals MVP went to Andre Iguodala. His next 2 in 2017 and 2018, Kevin Durant, not Curry, walked away with the award. It wasn't until 2022, after over a decade, that Steph finally earned his Finals MVP. Kobe. In 2009 and 2010, he was the undisputed alpha, averaging 30+, dragging his team to titles as the unquestioned Finals MVP. There was never confusion about who the best player on the Lakers was when the banners were hung. Critics love to say Curry changed the game, but not every change is positive. Yes, he expanded the floor. Yes, he made shooting the centerpiece of modern basketball. But what's the result? Teams shooting 53s a night. Kids in gyms launching half-court bombs before they learn how to dribble. A league obsessed with efficiency charts instead of toughness, defense, and mid-range skill. Kobe changed the game too, but he changed the way players think. He gave them a mentality. He gave them an identity. Mamba Mentality isn't just about basketball, it's about life, sacrifice, and obsession with excellence. Executives, athletes from other sports, even musicians and entrepreneurs quote him. Curry inspired a shot selection. Kobe inspired a generation. And when it comes to competition, look at who Kobe faced. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, prime Dwight Howard, Paul Pierce, Allen Iverson, LeBron James. Monsters who lived in the paint, who grabbed, hacked, and beat you down every possession. Kobe went through them all. Curry's toughest rivals? LeBron, yes, but always with super teams on his side. KD joined him to take down the Cavs. Klay and Draymond were there for every title. Curry has never been asked to carry like Kobe did, to take a weak supporting cast and drag them through wars. Kobe did it in 2006, putting up 35 a game with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown. He did it again in 2009 and 2010. Winning rings with Pau Gasol, but without another true superstar? He proved he could win with different rosters, different styles. Curry has never had to prove that. The system never changed. The players around him did the lifting. Even the players themselves admit it. Kevin Durant said Kobe was the most skilled guard to ever live. He even picked Kobe over Jordan in his all-time lineup, saying he had the wiggle, the footwork, the three ball, everything. Steph wasn't in that conversation. Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, all point back to Kobe. Even LeBron, who battled Kobe for years, called him family, mentor, and the ultimate competitor. Nobody in the league calls Steph their measuring stick. They call him a revolutionary. They call Kobe their standard. And let's not forget clutch. Nobody owned the last shot like Kobe Bryant. 7 game winners in one season, more than Michael Jordan ever had. He thrived in the chaos of double teams, with no spacing. In an era where defenders could hand check and knock you off balance, Curry's clutch legacy? Iconic threes, yes, but also missed chances in the finals. He's great, but Kobe was inevitable. When the game was on the line, Kobe didn't need a screen. He didn't need a play call. He just needed the ball. It isn't about tearing Curry down. He's an all-time great, the greatest shooter we've ever seen. A first-ballot Hall of Famer who changed how basketball looks forever. But the debate here isn't about shooting. It's about greatness. Complete greatness. Offense, defense, mentality, legacy, cultural impact. One player needed the perfect system. The other was the system. Drop a snake emoji if you know who the real legend is. Champions are made, but legends are born. And some legends, like Kobe Bryant, are eternal. Mamba forever.